Hi Cancer, welcome to your daily tarot reading. Thank you for joining me in this reading. I'm going to be using the Light Seers deck. So remember to take what resonates from the reading and to leave behind whatever you feel does not. So let's find out what messages come through with the cards. So the first card we have is the Four of Cups. You could be dealing with a water sign with this card. So a Pisces, Cancer, or a Scorpio. Next we have the Judgment card. So with this card you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Finally we have the Wheel. So that's the Wheel of Fortune. And at the bottom of the deck we have the Death card, which shows you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Okay, so with the Death card at the bottom of the deck, this card is showing perhaps something that is coming to an end. This can be showing perhaps a certain phase that is coming to an end and that is undergoing some kind of a transformation. Or perhaps this could be another person who is in a position whereby they are perhaps trying to change themselves or trying to work on themselves in order to show up as a different version of themselves. And with the Judgment card in this reading, this card also speaks of transformation. So this is quite a big change. It's very noticeable, and it is one that perhaps it musters a lot of strength and takes a lot of courage for this person to be able to first acknowledge and to also be able to and willing to put in that work in order to make that change. But with the Wheel of Fortune in this card, I'm also seeing that perhaps the timing for this change is right. And the Wheel of Fortune also shows the ability to be lucky, to be fortunate. And so I'm seeing that perhaps things are going perhaps in a way that you may desire at this time. So with that Four of Cups, I'm seeing that perhaps this other person may have been someone that you were losing interest in with the Four of Cups, and that could have been perhaps because of some old habits that may have been getting old and were not impressive to you. It was them perhaps beginning to become predictable in the way that they behaved or in perhaps the things that they did. But with this Four of Cups, this is a card that shows almost a bored kind of feeling in a connection. This is about wanting something that's more exciting and being in a place where you are unbothered and feeling as though perhaps you are dissatisfied with the situation. With the Judgment card, I'm seeing a huge turnaround in some way in this connection, and also with the Wheel of Fortune. So this could be about you perhaps being able to witness something that you desire, something that is able to bring some excitement back into this connection, and is also to make it feel as though there's been some kind of a rebirth, some rejuvenation in this connection. So that could take the form of perhaps the actions of another person, or even just in terms of where this connection is. You may be going through a lot of changes as far as this connection as well. With the Wheel of Fortune, this shows that these are positive changes. So with the Death card, it could even be disguised as perhaps a very sudden change that is not welcome. But with the Wheel of Fortune, this is about it really having ultimately a positive impact, and that could be you getting what you desire in the connection. But this card also shows a lot of luck, and also getting that any attempt to perhaps turn around a situation is also favorable with the Wheel of Fortune. So with the Wheel of Fortune, definitely divine timing is at play. And I'm seeing a lot more more inspirational time and a more exciting time being on the horizon as well. Okay, so I'm going to pull out a card from the Lovers Oracle deck. So I'm going to pull out 3 cards for this connection, for the other person in this connection, and for you in this connection. So I'll start with the card for you in this connection, Cancer. So this is the card that came out, and it says, criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Okay, so I'm going to pull out the card for the other person's connection. and this is the card that came out. It says, it is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. Okay, so I'm getting that another person's connection could be going through what feels like a transformative period. Perhaps they are overcoming any difficult situations or any limitations, bad habits, perhaps. And I'm seeing that this is the kind of journey that is perhaps best to go on your own with this card. It's like they have to see it for themselves and come to the realization and the decision to perhaps make the effort for themselves by themselves. Okay, and then I'm going to pull out a card for this overall connection. And this is the card that came out. It says trust. It says transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. Okay, so I'm getting this card pertaining to the Wheel of Fortune, which is all about a wheel that keeps turning all the time. And with it showing up in the upright position in this reading, this is about it turning in your favor and you getting what you desire. There is also an element of transformation that is going on with this reading. So I'm also seeing perhaps there may be a lot of sudden changes when it comes to this connection. And I'm getting it is something that is perhaps very unexpected. It's very sudden to you, what with the Four of Cups showing up and the Four of Cups being a card that feels very predictable. It feels like things are very stagnant and also unexciting. So there is a lot of excitement on the horizon with this card. And also I'm seeing with the Four of Cups, perhaps with that card you may be falling into a attitude of feeling cynical when it comes to perhaps a future or being able to see change in a situation. But with the Judgment card, this is all about being able to witness a transformation or to go through some kind of a transformation as well on a deep level. And I'm getting there's a huge transformation with the Death card and the Rebirth card at the bottom of the deck. So I am getting that perhaps this connection may be undergoing some transformative period, and that with the Wheel of Fortune, that is a very positive kind of transformation. I'm seeing a rebirth, a revival of perhaps what once was a very exciting time. So this other person in this connection may finally be in a place where they are ready to be able to receive what perhaps you have been telling them, or perhaps they have been needing to hear that they were perhaps ignoring before. But these cards show the ability to perhaps be more receptive to information and advice as well. So that is the message I am getting with these cards for this reading, Cancer. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you in tomorrow's reading. Bye, Cancer.